So here you can find a repository that shows how the Rust example here would work in a basic workflow. So in this, we're going to have a source folder, and this is going to have a standard CosmWasm contract. In this case, it just has a couple messages, increment and reset. It's pretty standard there. Now, one of the difficulties is how can we confirm that this actually works on an environment? And local Interchain can help with that. So you're going to set up an Interchain test folder within your contract. This works as well for workspaces. You're going to implement your things such as, what do I want the configuration to be for chains? So in this case, I want a single chain here that's going to have all these values, as well as we can run other commands on the startup of the chain. So once the entire chain is set up, maybe we want to add more keys for some reason, or we wanted to automatically upload a contract, or whatever you need from a binary standpoint, you can do within this as Linux commands. And you can see here that we abstract away some of the requirements into these environment variables, so that way you can specify that too. Depending on which chain, it will still apply to all of that without much more headache. Here we have the configs for the relayer as well as the server, which is just a specified. You don't need this, but this is a nice to have for some users. And then of course, we're going to have our test. So for this test, all we're going to do is create a new CosmWasm contract. We're going to have this contract be compiled via makefile. We're then going to instantiate it with a select count, and then we're going to query that count, make sure it works, increment it, and then make sure that that also works too. And it increments from 0 to 1. But how do we actually do that? Here in your GitHub workflows, there's going to be an end-to-end file that you can create. This is all also in the local Interchain directory. And this will go over anytime that a pull request or push happens to one of these two branches, we're going to download the Interchain test. We're going to set it up and automatically install that Interchain binary. The next step is to run through all of the different tests that you have. So in this case, we're going to upload the WASM file to the node, and then with this, we're going to start that up on port 8080 in the background, and then we can run whatever test we want. So anything that you can put in a normal Rust file, you can then just run here. After it's all done, as long as none of the tests have failed, you'll kill out the instance, you'll exit out, and now your entire workflow is done. And it's the same workflow that you would run locally as well. And so it's super convenient in terms of, if you know it runs locally, you know it also will run up in GitHub as long as you follow this rough template here.